We interrupt your regularly scheduled evening on Planet Doug, which means sitting on that bed over there and editing a video from my Malaysia mystery tour. I'm almost at the last video, but I've been inside this room quite a bit. And a Planet Doug subscriber thought of me and sent me dinner, which is amazing. So yeah, I've got a dinner here, and it's from the Oriental Kopi, and it was just delivered to my hotel via Grab driver, and I just brought it up to my room. So I'm just about to dive in here. I suspect that this might be an iced cham, which is one of my favorites, and then we'll find out what the food is here in just a minute. All right, there we go. I smell something good, that's for sure. Let's get the drink out, keep it safe so it doesn't spill. Let's give this a taste. It's very nice. And I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, just from the feel of it, and because it's coming from a kopitiam, I'm guessing that this is like butter kai toast. Ah, yes. Yes, it is. So yeah, the main course. Got yourself some, ooh, very nice plastic cutlery. A meal for two forks and 2 spoons. But sadly, of course, it's only me. Just from the weight of this could easily be 2 meals. Kedai Kopitiam, Oriental Kopi. Inherit the good taste of hometown. Yeah, that could be dinner and breakfast, you know? Wow, look at that. And unless I miss my guess, this is traditional Nasi Lemak. Oh, yeah. Nasi Lemak. You've got the peanuts, and this would be the sambal, of course. Sambal, fried egg, coconut flavored rice, and egg, yeah, soft boiled egg. That's also a classic kopitiam thing with the kai butter toast, and then very, very soft boiled eggs is a classic village dish. And then all of the anchovies. Unless I'm mistaken, yeah, these would be anchovies. Anchovies, the peanuts, coconut rice, sambal, and then the chicken and soft boiled eggs. So there's the whole meal sort of laid out. Iced cham, most of half of it gone already. Kaya butter toast, sambal, and of course the nasi lemak over there. I'm going to try some of the rice on its own. I always like to sample things by themselves before I add sauces. Like, I'm curious about the coconut flavor of the rice, because for me that's what makes nasi lemak nasi lemak. I mean, it's the sambal, but it's also the coconut rice. Yeah. Didn't even have to wait to get hit by the coconut flavor. It's right there. Let's see how again, just the sambal on its own, not mixed with anything. Yeah, very, very nice. That is a really nice sambal as well. I mean, I'm no expert, but I've had nasi lemak quite a few times, and I'm actually a big fan of sambal. It surprises people, like local people, how much I like it. As for the chicken, I don't know if I can manage that one-handed. It is a big piece of chicken. Wow, that's good. That's very, very good. Very tender. Oh, so good. but I also had no idea how hungry I was. So I'm going to enjoy this very much, very, very much. So thank you to the Planet Doug subscriber who sent this my way, had ordered it, and had it delivered directly to my hotel. So I just had to go down to the lobby and pick it up. How convenient is that? All right, shutting off the GoPro, and I'm just going to dive into the rest of this meal. Good morning, welcome back to Planet Doug. Special morning. This morning I'm waiting for Daryl to come pick me up as normal for a breakfast, but a little bit different because we have another YouTuber with us, Expat Pete, and he'll be on the video a little bit later on. Yeah, I'm just here in my hotel room, and I think Daryl might be downstairs right now. And it's another one of these YouTuber get-togethers where I took advantage of this to test out another camera because Expat Pete has a Canon G7X Mark II, which is a legendary camera in the YouTuber world. So every time I meet with Expat Pete, I beg, bring your G7X Mark II, and then I can just play around with it a little bit. And I have no idea what I'm doing with this camera. I didn't have time to review the controls and figure things out, so I'm just sort of making it up as I go. Just gonna play around with this camera. So, Daryl's probably downstairs. We're gonna head out.
Holy crap! Whoa, what's with all the cameras?
Another YouTuber gathering. We've got the Inception going, got a GoPro over there. You're not running yet. Are we going anywhere where you want to vlog today or not?
No, so there are two options since the place is not. So option number one is a very popular Malay economical, right? But Malaysian Malay, not Indonesia.
Okay.
So that's option one. Number two is the new largest, not largest, yeah, it's quite large food center and a modern food center in Kuchai.
Okay.
No. I'm good with anything.
Just off the top of my head, the second option. I hear food center. I like that idea.
It's a very nice one though. It's actually opened by a friend of mine.
Ah.
So I've not been there though. So I keep promising to go.
I'm playing it terrible.
All right.
So sounds good. Let's go.
Okay. We've arrived at Daryl's choice for this morning. He said a friend of his owns or operates or in some way is connected to this place. It's called Foodie Kuchai, or FFK. And I guess Kuchai is the name of the district. And this is a giant food court. Relatively new, I'm guessing. Just look at the place. I mean, everything looks brand new. Opens at 11 a.m. and we got here early, so most of the places aren't even open yet. But just to give you a sense of what the place looks like. Yeah, just all these food vendors along the edges. Looks like an amazing place. Daryl says it's really, really busy at night, and they have these giant fans. I really like those. And Daryl said that at 6 o'clock at night, this entire rooftop is retracted, assuming it's not pouring rain, of course. And yeah, amazing, like a giant stadium. Love the chairs, tables and chairs, especially the backrests, like normal furniture. Yeah, there's no reason for me to list everything around here. Look, banh mi, Vietnamese place, and pasta bar. Oh, there's the name up there. Foodie Kuchai. You can see the name up there. Still shooting with the Canon G7X Mark II, by the way. My memory is coming back about the history of this camera, and one of the main problems with it from a vlogging point of view is that it doesn't have a microphone input. It doesn't use phase detect autofocus either, and the lens is not super wide. I have to hold the camera pretty far away to get this view, which I kind of like. Still not even wide enough for me. I want it to be wider. Holding it naturally would be about here. This is what the framing would be like, and I prefer something more like that. And but the contrast detect autofocus works pretty well for this camera. It's one of the best in class, I think. So this is a super popular YouTuber camera for a while. Then they came out with the G7X Mark III, where they added they added a microphone jack, but somehow the focusing got worse. Anyway, they didn't really get... The Mark II was a hit when it came out amongst YouTubers, but the Mark III, which was supposed to be the ultimate vlogging camera, just never really took off, I don't think, because of the focusing issue. Drinks have arrived here at our table. YouTubers are busy filming, taking pictures, documenting, and they got a coffee. Daryl tells me it's good.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Yeah, really strong. Yep. And I got my usual cham. Haven't sampled it yet. I'm letting it get nice and cold. Give it a try. Nice. No complaints. Nice and smooth. Coffee tea combination.
Cheers. Oh yeah.
They went in the opposite direction. They raised the ball. Good morning. Welcome back to Planet Doug. Just leaving from my hotel here in the Chow Kit area of Kuala Lumpur. That's the, whoop, there it is, the Raja Bhat Hotel. Boat? It's one of those things, right? Every time I say a local word, I think, I better learn how to get the proper pronunciation, and then I forget. So up ahead, you can see the archway there. The name of the street is also Jalan Raja Boat. And I'm on my way out. It's 8 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday morning, because a friend of mine from the United States, someone again that I met through YouTube, through my YouTube channel, Jamie, he's flying into Kuala Lumpur. And in fact, I got a message that he landed and he's on his way from the airport to KL Sentral. And I'm going to be meeting him at KL Sentral. That's where the airport bus is going to drop him off. And we're going to chat over coffee. So bit of a gray sky today. Yeah, this place is interesting in my neighborhood. I haven't had a coffee here yet. Vietnam coffee. I noticed it on Google Maps one time when I was thinking of where can I go to get a cup of coffee. But when I came here that day, it was closed. And it isn't really an indoor cafe, so there's nowhere to sit. They just put chairs out here on the street in the afternoon and evening. Vietnam coffee, Chow Kit. Yeah, I don't think they have any interior seating, which is too bad. Yeah, it's a great neighborhood, as I've talked about already, really bustling. They got a Putu bamboo world right there. Rice in a bamboo cylinder sort of thing. A lot of markets, wholesale. Onions and vegetables here. Things being dropped off and picked up by truck all the time. A lot of restaurants. It's a great neighborhood. And since I'm still in Chow Kit, the main way in and out for me is still the monorail. So I'm heading to the Chow Kit monorail station, which is kind of convenient in a way because it heads straight to KL Sentral. I may actually just get on the train going in the Titiwangsa area, or the Titiwangsa direction, because it's only one stop away, and that's where the train line ends. And then everybody on the train will get off at Titiwangsa, and I'll be able to have a seat all the way back to KL Sentral. So anyway, by riding one stop up to Titiwangsa and then coming back again, I'm guaranteed to have an empty train to start my journey. We'll see if I do that or not. There's the building that I explored the other day with Jason from Australia. Yeah, such a wild building. Stop for a minute and look at all the balconies. I'm always curious if someone is sitting on the balcony looking at me as I look up at them. I don't see anyone right now. My old home is right around the corner here, the Crossroads Hotel. When I was coming back from my 7-day mystery tour of Malaysia, all their rooms were like 3 times more expensive as they were listed online. So I wasn't able to get a room there this time, which is why I ended up at the King of Boats Hotel. But that's worked out really well. It's a nice place. And since I've been staying there for a few days, there's another nice little market. I've been using it as a delivery address, which is kind of cool. Like if you're staying one place for a little while, you can start to experiment with shopping online and having things delivered, which is really nice because I keep insisting on shopping at stores. I like to go to brick and mortar stores. I like to see products, hold them in my hands. I just enjoy that. And I've been sticking to that method of shopping so long, but it's really hopeless. Nothing I want is ever available in a store, so I just end up wasting day after day after day, going from store to store to store. And I keep saying to myself, I really have to get with the times and just order online. You got to shop online. That's the only way these days. So I got to go with the flow. And I did that this week. I actually ordered a couple of bits of technology. One of them is a power bank, an Anker Nano 10,000 milliamp hour power bank, which I have with me now. When I was on the car tour, I started to appreciate the need for something like that, partially because my smartphones are all getting older and the batteries don't hold the charge as long, so during the day I have to keep recharging them. They don't get me through a full day anymore. So yeah, having a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank is almost essential now. So I did a bit of shopping, picked one that I had good reviews, lightweight, well, as lightweight as they get, I guess, compact, or as compact as they get, interesting design. And I ordered one through Lazada, and I guess it came from Penang. So took 2 or 3 days to get from Penang to here, but showed up at my hotel, no problem at all. So I'm now the proud owner of my first good power bank. There's my favorite restaurant in this neighborhood. Turns out they have 2 outlets, I think. So this is the restaurant Kashmir Kitchen, and I ate there with my companions from the car tour. We had our goodbye lunch there, and I had lunch there with Jason, actually, the Australian that I already just mentioned. And turns out there's another Kashmir Kitchen that looks exactly the same, and I think has the same menu, but it's right around the corner from my King of Boats Hotel. So I've been eating there almost every day since I got back. And just yesterday I ordered something else online, something that I've been thinking about picking up for a long time, and I finally decided it was time to bite the bullet and just do it. A kind of a full-size tripod, but it's designed for action cameras, so it's a very lightweight. It's kind of like a combination selfie stick tripod, but I think it goes up to like 5.5 feet, so it's relatively tall. And it's the Ulanzi MT44, and according to Lazada, it will be delivered to my hotel on Friday. Announcements. The announcements are back.
September hingga Oktober 2025, beberapa stesen yang terlibat akan beroperasi.
He keeps telling us about some line closures coming up for construction.
During this period,
The power of touch and go.
start operations at 9 a.m. on selected weekends. For detailed information, please refer.
So if I want to go to KL Sentral directly, I cross over to the other side, platform 2. Yeah, I think I won't bother doing my travel hack. I'll just head straight to KL Sentral. Don't want to leave Jamie hanging if he's already there waiting for me. And I don't really need to sit down. Well, we'll see. If there's a lot of people waiting up here, maybe I'll change my mind. I don't really want to be on a jammed commuter train first thing in the morning. The platform was really crowded, so I changed my mind. A train was just arriving, so I just ran over to the other platform. And yeah, in theory, I guess I can
stand clear. Doors closing.
Claim a seat, and I never have to get off this train. I can just ride it to Titiwangsa and then just stay seated, and it will just turn. Won't turn around. It just stops, and we'll go back. So, travel hack: ride the train to the end of the line, so you can get a seat and relax. Takes a bit longer, but I think I have time. Already arriving at Titiwangsa, so let's see if my travel hack works out. Like I said, as far as I know, I should be able to just stay on the train, and it's completely empty. Well, not completely, but nearly empty right now. And there will be some people waiting to get on. And now I ride it all the way to the end of the line at KL Sentral, the other end. I'm sure the train will have lots of people coming on board, so not to bother them, I'll shut off my GoPro. Travel hack executed brilliantly. Yeah, it was really nice. Not just getting a seat all the way in, but just the lack of stress where you ride all the way to Titiwangsa and then everybody gets off the train and it's a completely empty train and you just stay in your seat and return, as opposed to waiting on a crowded platform with lots of other people. And as you're waiting for your train, right, more and more and more people are coming onto the platform, and you're looking, oh, when's the train? And you're looking around, oh, there's so, you know, who needs that stress in your life? So worked out really well. I'll definitely do that more in my life. So yeah, we're at KL Sentral, in case you didn't figure that out. The other end of the line. Power of touch and go. And it's actually working out quite well. I taught Jamie how to send a WhatsApp live location, like share live location on WhatsApp. I love that feature now. Since I learned about it, I use it all the time. And I try to get other people to activate it if they don't mind. So I can see exactly where he is, and he's on the bus, not very far away from KL Sentral. So I'm heading down to the bus platform to meet him there. But yeah, I just wanted to film this. There's the Starbucks where we're going. But I'm just sort of sharing what you do as a pedestrian here in Kuala Lumpur. It gets so complicated. Because what I was going to do was, like, there's the bridge. You have to go from the mall, that floor, over the bridge and down. Because getting across the street is completely gated off, right? But you can walk down to this point where all these people are, and we're all ducking underneath here. This is normal in KL for a pedestrian. It's like you're caving. You have to find all these secret pathways to get you from place to place. But yeah, I remember the first couple of times I came to KL Sentral, once on my bicycle and trying to get out of here and back into the city. It was so complicated, I could not figure it out. I just went around in circles forever. Because you get in the middle of all these buildings, and I lost my Google Maps location pin. I couldn't get a mobile connection down here for some reason, so I had no idea where I was, and I thought I'd just have to live here for the rest of my life. I was never going to get out. And then you have to leave a little trail of breadcrumbs behind. Because, yeah, this is the stairwell here, I think, going down into the bus platform. This is actually KL Sentral over there. All the trains. And then you can leave there and go down this escalator. Very mysterious. And this is where the airport buses are. They're down here. Took me a while to figure that out and how to get here and out again. And let's see where Jamie is right now. Oh, there he is, just outside. His bus is almost here. At least I'm hoping his bus comes here. As far as I know, they all do, but we'll see. You can see how his little dot is moving along a little bit. And our two dots will eventually come together, or our two circles. Jamie, I'm behind you. Look back. So I was so proud of myself that I put in a battery to catch his arrival, and it turned out that battery had like no power in it either, so it died. So I didn't capture on video the moment we saw each other again. But here he is, the famous Jamie.
Hello.
Yeah, and Jamie has a long history with Malaysia. For people who don't know him, you worked here in sports medicine.
I taught a couple of classes here, yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was 09.
2009.
Yeah.
And how long were you in the country?
About 3 weeks at that point.
That's all?
That's
so
all.
It wasn't like a long 2-year contract or anything?
No, it was just two courses. We did 1 week seminars. And that's what we were doing at that time.
Okay. And then you started coming back to Malaysia based on that experience?
Yeah.
You were where were you based when you were here? That was 3 weeks.
Bukit Jalil.
Okay.
That's
so
right.
on Peninsular Malaysia.
Yeah.
Because Bill, he was in Sabah or Sarawak.
Yeah, when he was teaching swimming.
When he was teaching.
He was coaching swimming then.
Okay.
But then he was also he was here in KL for quite some time.
Yeah, as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we have to get him sorted. He needs a bathroom. We're going to go get coffee. And I'm showing him the secret way to get across the street. You've taught me a number of routes in KL. I was thinking of you, because this is the way people get across. They got to get underneath this.
A little harder for you than me.
Why is that?
You're taller.
Really? Not by, okay, a little bit, not by much. So was there something about Malaysia that hooked you from those 3 weeks that made you want to come back so many times?
At that time, this was an exotic location, I guess, if you will.
Yeah. You hadn't done a lot of traveling before that?
The people that I met and interacted with through those classes were certainly welcoming and provided a great experience for me. And I just always felt good about coming back.
Actually, you're getting off lucky, because I was going to mic you up and the whole thing, the whole Planet Doug experience, but I'm so disorganized this morning I even forgot to bring my second mic. So you're spared that.
I'm surprised I'm still thinking logically after traveling for 2 days like I have been. Last 2 nights, I spent one night in an airplane and the other night in an airport.
Anyway, if none of that video sequence made any sense at all, it's my GoPro life coming back to haunt me, because the battery had 1% left on it just as Jamie was arriving, and then I quickly put in a new battery to catch him getting off the bus, and then that battery died, so I missed everything. So, do you mind breaking down this trip for me and my audience?
Wow.
You just flew in from Greece.
Yeah, came from Crete to Athens, Athens to Singapore, Singapore up to here
Wow.
on this leg.
And how long has this trip been from the start?
I left July 23rd.
July 23rd. Oh, okay.
Started in Lisbon. Do you have enough battery power for me to?
Oh, there's Pete, the international big shot. He has a YouTube channel as well, and a brand new Substack that he has started up. So yeah, look for the international big shot on YouTube and Substack. Yeah, we can get back to your travels once we've sorted out coffee. And greetings with the famous Bill. So we're all settled in here, and Starbucks, I've got a banana chocolate muffin and my usual hot latte with the name Bob on it, easier to pronounce. And we got a surprise visitor over there, the international big shot, as I mentioned. We tried to get together for a coffee earlier this week and I canceled on him. And then now Jamie's here and the boys are back, basically. All we need is Daryl here, maybe a remote Darren, and we'd have the whole crew. But I was thinking about like interrogating these guys about their journey, get them to tell their stories on camera, but I'm gonna set all that aside. I don't have the microphones. I don't have the technology to do that here.
No battery power.
Yeah, probably no battery power either. Oh, actually, no, I have a story about that. I have some new battery power. But anyway, this is me saying goodbye for now. That's Jamie saying goodbye for now, and the international big shot saying goodbye. We're just gonna dive into our coffees. Oh, coffee is all done. As I said, I really wanted to put a microphone on Jamie, but I forgot to bring my extra microphone. It's so unlike me, but I was pretty scattered this morning, and I ended up leaving my hotel with only my microphone, and I didn't have my second one. And Jamie is a very soft-spoken man, so in order to hear what he says, you pretty much have to have a microphone on him, because his voice, it won't carry over to my microphone. So anyway. Oh, it says insufficient value. I do not have the power of touch and go. I haven't been tracking it, so let's load up my card. Touch and go reloaded, but oddly enough, it wasn't easy to do. I've had this happening to me a lot lately, where my OVO eWallet just kept opening on my phone all the time, like just randomly. I didn't touch the app, I didn't touch the buttons, I didn't do anything. I'd be doing something else, and then OVO, which is like an e-wallet from Indonesia, would just open up, just pop open on my phone. And there's something weird about that. And this time, every time I tried to put my card, like you connect it to your phone using NFC to transfer value from your e-wallet to your physical card, and every time I tried to do that, OVO would open up, and then I couldn't get past it, and then I would close OVO, but then I could not connect my Touch and Go card to my Touch and Go e-wallet because OVO kept getting triggered and getting in between them. So I fumbled, I fiddled, I tried to figure out what was going on. But of course, the phone number from Indonesia that's connected to my OVO e-wallet isn't active anymore, so it's a whole big mess again. So in the end, I decided all I could really do was delete the whole app. So I deleted the OVO app completely, removed it from my phone, rebooted my phone, and then everything worked fine, just like before. You have to reload your card, and you hold your card against the back of your phone for 5 seconds, and then it connects. Everybody's rushing to get the train. Maybe I should try to make this train too, now that I have the power of Touch and Go. There we go. Let's see if I can make it or not. Made it. Adding to the Planet Doug vignettes for the last couple of days. Got Jamie here. I took pity on Jamie just now, and I didn't put a microphone on him, so I'm not going to put him on the spot, but we're in my neighborhood in Chow Kiet, and we're just out looking. I needed a break from video editing, and Jamie came over. It's like, yeah, let's just go outside for a few minutes. So that's what we're doing. And I think in this neighborhood you can get Cendol. I don't know whether they're famous for their Cendol, but this is the street right near my hotel. And yeah, actually I came down here my very first day and I noticed martabak, bakso. But I haven't been out exploring a heck of a lot, so I haven't really tried a lot of these restaurants. But I don't know. For a snack, I thought maybe Cendol, so we're gonna look for a Cendol place over here. Nice. So here is a Cendol place. Yeah, biasa is like regular, yeah. I'm very proud of myself that I know that biasa means Cendol, regular. And then very exciting. There they are. Thank you. Check that out.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? We don't even deserve to live a life this good.
Gula Melaka mixed in there. It was
What's mixed in there?
the gula, the sweet.
Oh, okay.
It was all down at the bottom.
Just mixing it all up to get everything and everything in there. See how we're doing. Good call. Got to mix it. Need some more noodles in this though.
We need more.
Yeah, need more noodles, but I don't know if that's normal for a Cendol, or are there different types? Ones that have like much more noodle heavy? I don't know.
That's probably the people who are selling it, their choice on how much to put in.
It's one of my favorite things, not just because of I like the flavor, I like the taste, but also it's so unexpected. Like, I think way back to young Doug, if I first came to Malaysia and you put this in front of me for the first time, I'd be totally mystified. What, it's a bowl of ice with green noodles? Like, I'd be just so foreign to a
Blow your mind.
Canadian palate, like a normal Canadian palate, yet. But no, what's the other one called that has all the beans in it?
ABC?
Yeah. That one I like better, to be honest. That's actually what I was thinking of when I was thinking of Cendol. Very good. Pat myself on the back. Good call to grab some Cendol. We just went for a stroll down. I normally turn right on this street. I never turned left before, so we're just walking down this street, seeing what's here. All kinds of great places to eat. It's too bad I haven't really taken advantage of them. I've been so busy in my room, I haven't gone out to eat very often. But we're just getting towards the end of the food area. There's Me I Am King. It's got to be one of my favorites. Miso Ayam Bako. And now another Cendol place. This is a durian Cendol. Look at that. Cendol durian. And then we just passed by, we're far away from it now, but there's a restaurant there like Laksa. And they have all kinds of great dishes advertised over there at Laksa. All these places. We're getting a little bit worried about the weather though. Feels like it's going to rain. And I was just saying to Jamie that in Malaysia, when it feels like it's going to rain, it almost always does. It's not like it threatens to rain and then decides not to. If it starts threatening, rain is on its way. So yeah, Jamie might have to run for the hills soon. I don't know. Yeah, that's more what something like that. But what is it called though? Oh, to Kampur. Oh yeah, ABC. That's what you were saying. Right.
I never knew.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've seen the words before, but I just always call it ABC.
Right. I just haven't had it for so long. I couldn't think of the vocabulary. All of that
There's,
looks
ice
so good.
Or something of that nature as well.
Yeah, that's the other one. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
IS ice.
Yeah. There's another restaurant there, Restaurant Rose. So here at Restaurant Rose, they've got satay, all kinds of satay padang, satay kacang. It's very cool. I really have to spend more time out eating than I normally do. Maybe the secret, I was just saying to Jamie, is to eat smaller meals and eat more frequently, but just not a big meal like I normally have. I'm a bit like a bear that way. I'll eat one huge meal and then I'll hibernate for the next 36 hours until it's time to have another meal. But if you do that, you don't get to have a variety of food. So if you're snacking all the time, you could eat at all these places. It'd be very cool. Jamie is staying at like an Airbnb apartment kind of thing, so he has a kitchenette, so he's out. And I think he does this normally more than I do anyways, buying fruit and things like that to bring back to his place. I rarely do stuff like that. I'll buy something and eat it when I'm out, but I don't bring it back and cook and stuff like that. I had a bit of a Planet Doug adventure today, my life of trivia and dealing with the modern world, because I ordered a tripod. I was talking about that in another video. It's a very small, lightweight, long tripod / selfie stick for action cameras. Seems like a really cool thing. So since I have a regular address at this hotel, I ordered it on Lazada to be delivered, and it was going to be delivered today. And so I was in my room and I was sort of waiting for it to show up, and they don't tell you, of course, what time it's going to be there. And I thought, well, since I'm staying at a hotel, they'll just drop it off at the front desk. Beautiful. I don't even have to worry about it. But then suddenly there was all this chaos. I noticed that I'd missed a phone call on my phone. I thought, oh, who would call me? And then I checked, and then I thought, oh, I'll bet you this is the delivery guy. Oh, shoot. And then I checked Lazada for the status of my delivery, and it said undeliverable because nobody's there. The customer was unreachable. So I guess they came to the hotel, but they couldn't get in because the door to this hotel is actually locked. They have to buzz you in. And I thought, oh no, maybe I can contact the guy. So I hit the phone number, called the driver back, and he answered the phone. I could hear his voice really clearly for a change. I'm usually terrible on phone calls because I can't hear what anybody says and we talk over each other. This time, clear as a bell, and I heard this very angry, loud voice saying, I started saying to him, it's like, oh, did you just try to deliver? I'm being very polite, and he's like, me, ring, 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 knock, 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 ring, ring, nobody there. And then he hung up. That was it. He just sort of yelled at me that he tried to get in. He rang the doorbell, knocked on the door of the hotel, and there was no one there. And to his credit, he did even phoned me, but I didn't have the ringer turned on my phone, so I didn't hear the phone. And I called him, and I just thought it was so funny where he's like, me, ring, 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 bang, 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 nobody. And then he just hung up. So now I don't know what's happening. I'm assuming they're going to try again, maybe tomorrow. But that was my drama for today, and that was kind of funny. I'm back at my hotel now, back in my hotel room. Jamie has gone back to his Airbnb in his part of the city. And I was just doing a little bit more forensics on this failed delivery of the tripod. I like to know how or why things happened. And I did talk to the guy who's normally at the front desk of this hotel. And here at the hotel, they have excellent service. I know of, I think, 3 front desk clerks. And all 3 of them are exceptionally friendly, very helpful, very warm, welcoming people. Really, they work really hard at their jobs. So I did mention to the guy that, my package, I gave them a heads up about the package coming today. And then I said to the guy, they did try to deliver it, but he says there was no one here. And the guy at the front desk kind of like, really? Like, when was that? And I could actually I could see on my phone exactly what minute that was. And the front desk guy kind of says, well, maybe I left the desk for a few minutes, went upstairs to do something else. So I guess just by accident, he happened to be away from the front desk in the exact minute that the guy was trying to deliver my package. And I don't think the delivery guy waited very long, based on how much he was yelling on the phone. He didn't seem like a very patient fellow. And the fact that he basically yelled at me and then hung up, and I didn't even have a chance to reply, it kind of showed that, well, he's a delivery guy. He's got a lot of deliveries to make, and he's not in it for the chit-chat. So I don't think he waited very long. He probably rang the bell, tapped, nobody here, he just took off. But I was looking at my Lazada account, and I see something here that I didn't notice before. There's a message at 10:11 in the morning that says, will attempt to deliver your package today. And then there's another message at 12:36 that says, package will arrive within the next hour. And then at 12:37, it says, delivery attempt failed. So at 12:36, I got a notification that the package was on its way within the next hour. And 1 minute later, it says, we couldn't find you, delivery attempt failed. So there's obviously something wrong there. But at the same time, I didn't even know about these notifications because I turned off notifications from Lazada because they were so annoying. I knew packages were being delivered, so I turned on notifications for Lazada originally because I figured they might want to contact me. So I had notifications on. But day and night, my phone was flooded with advertisements from Lazada. My phone was like beeping and beeping and beeping, and I got so many advertisements from them, it just got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. So I turned off notifications. I mean, I turned on notifications because I wanted to be notified when the package was on its way. That's what I assumed the notifications were for. So I turned them on, but then I got so many advertisements, I just had to turn notifications off. And that's why I missed the notice that the package was on its way. But even if I saw that notification, as I said, that said it's coming within an hour at 12:36, 12:37, it was all over, and he says delivery failed. So the whole thing was screwy. And thinking back now, I did see on Lazada, now they have options where you can have packages delivered to a collection point. I don't know how that works. I don't know where these collection points are, but in the future, absolutely, that's what I'm going to do. Like having things delivered to your hotel. I never did it in the past because of this very problem. I just assumed it would be a disaster because they can't get into the hotel. A lot of them have a locked door, and then they're out there, and I don't know, it's just a hassle, right? So I think in the future, I'll try to use their collection point option, and they can just send me a notification, oh, your package is here, here's the code to open the door, and then I can just go get it. And then I don't care how far away it is, that will be more convenient to me. So anyway, and again, it doesn't say that they're going to try again. I assume they will, but it hasn't said that. But it does say up at the top, delivery attempt failed, 2 delivery attempts remain. But when those new delivery attempts will take place, I don't know. I can't really worry about it. All I can do is hope that the next time he shows up, the guy is down at the front desk and they get buzzed in, and then he can just leave the package at the front desk. So fingers crossed, that's what happens. I can't, if I want to go out tomorrow, I'm not going to sit around here all day just waiting for the package to show up, right? Anyway, that is Planet Doug's struggle with the modern world for today. It's about 10 to 8 here at the King of Boats Hotel, and a mystery benefactor here in Kuala Lumpur has ordered a dinner for me. It's the same benefactor who ordered a Nasi Lemak for me 2 nights ago. And yeah, he said he had something very special in mind for tonight. And I just got a message that the delivery is on its way. And in fact, it could be here in 5 minutes. So I'm just heading down to the lobby of the building, and I'm just going to camp out in the lobby and be there for when the food arrives. That's very excited, and I'm very hungry, so it's going to be a great late night dinner. So that just worked out, because like I said, I had a tripod being delivered today, a package from Lazada, and they brought it, they just happened to bring it when no one was at the front desk. So it wasn't delivered. And this time I came down again, there was nobody at the front desk. And the delivery guy, he was just walking up to the front door of the hotel. I saw him just arriving. And so then I was able to get the food from him. I couldn't even let him in because I don't know where the button is. I guess you have to push a button to open the door, but I couldn't find the button. So he was locked out, I was locked in. And then, but luckily the front door staff, the friendly guy down there, he showed up at the last minute, and then he opened the door. So yeah, this is clearly going to be a bit of a feast. It's got heft to it. There's a lot of food in here. This will probably be dinner, late night snack, and breakfast all rolled into one from Oriental Kopi. It's interesting, the desk clerk, he said, he was in the back room there and he was watching my most recent video. I just posted a video from Taman Negara where I took the boat ride up the Tahan River. Amazing experience. But in the morning at the hotel, I was talking about having breakfast Hobbit style. And he was paying close attention to the video, trying to understand all the English the words I use and the references. And he said he had no idea what I meant by Hobbit style. So down in the lobby, I was telling him that, well, that he knew it referred to Lord of the Rings, but he didn't understand the meaning. And I says, well, hobbits were famous for having huge appetites, and they would have first breakfast, then second breakfast. They always have multiple meals. So at that time, I was going to have breakfast by myself, and then when my traveling companions came out, I would have a second breakfast with them. So I would have 2 breakfasts, first breakfast and second breakfast. And I called that Hobbit style. And he was like saying, oh, what does that mean, Hobbit style? So, oh, just taking off my sandals. Yeah, it would be really nice to have that tripod now, because what I want to do is mount the camera here, like over here, and then I can film myself enjoying the meal. But because the tripod wasn't delivered today, I have nowhere to put the camera, because this is just it's just a smooth wall, and there's really nowhere. I usually have to rig something up, some sort of mechanism, clamp my camera, but there's nothing here to clamp my camera to. So I'm gonna have to do this with a neck mount, I think. All right, this is the perspective from the neck mount, and yeah, just have a small stool here and a relatively small table. So let's see what is in here. Oh my goodness. Let's bring it all out as it is wrapped. This is like Christmas. Oh, there's ice cham. And there's more. Wow, okay. And there's comes in a very, very nice bag. Wow, I'll have to keep that for a while. Use it for other reasons. Okay, this time I'm not gonna bother undoing the knots. I'm gonna do this the easy way. Just scissors. And that's much, much faster. I have a feeling I am going to approve of this very, very much, the ice cham, because the one I had with the Nasi Lemak was amazing, and I was surprised at how thirsty I was, so I shouldn't be surprised this time. Let's get that turned around. Different. This one's a surprise. It actually has, I didn't see it at first, it has jelly at the bottom. So it actually has, yeah, it's like a meal on its own. It's got some sort of a stringy jelly in there. And I just got a message from my mystery benefactor saying something about how I will probably really enjoy this because of my time in Sumatra. So there must be some sort of Indonesian connection here. But he's probably assuming too much about me and my knowledge of food. Like I can live in a place for a long time, and even after a long time, even though I enjoy the food, I still, after a long time, may not even know what it is exactly, or what it's called, like the name of the dish. That happens to me all the time. There we go. So far, I can't believe I've gotten this far without a mishap of any kind. Oh, all right. Ooh. Chicken at the top. A lot of good, nice looking chicken. And then, oh, there's layers. There's layers to this. Oh, okay, this is a double seal. So now I think this has, aha. Oh my gosh, look at that. So that's where the rice is hiding with all of the various sauces. And each sauce is in its, or that looks like, almost like, I don't know what that is. I shouldn't even try to describe it. And there's sambal maybe, and soy sauce, and I think I know what that is. And then rice and chicken. So that's what's going on there. So that would be an entire meal right there on its own. Let's put this back to keep it warm. Move it to the side just for a second. And let's see what's going on over here. Careful. Ooh, oh yeah, nice nice broth. A brothy soup. Let me sample some of that. Oh, that's really nice. So good. Okay. So for me, that's definitely one meal right there. And then there's an entire second meal here. So this could keep me going all weekend. So we've got some more sambal here, some sauce. And I did see on the other side of that bag, there is a detailed list of all the contents. So after I open all this, I'm gonna get out the list and see what the official names are for everything. Because right now, yeah, I have no idea. Ah, okay, yeah. Kaya toast. Maybe it's a special kind of toast. I don't know if it's Kaya butter toast. All right, this one's a little bit easier. It's just a rubber band, so not as much of a risk of sending everything flying. Ah, wow. We've got chicken and noodles, like glass noodles, and then sambal, and then a soft fried egg, and then more. Oh yeah, another kind of a, I almost want to call that, I can't think of it, another style of poached. It's almost like a poached egg. So yeah, more chicken and that. Okay. I'm going to start with this, with my soup, and with my double layer of chicken and rice. So I think this is where I'm going to start. And maybe have, well, I think the Kaya butter toast goes with this. I think that's a combination there. But maybe I'll eat the toast now because it's nice and warm. You know, it's still toasted. But let me grab the receipt, the list of contents. So it's like we can play a game. How well do you know your food? Which I don't know at all. But if you knew all of these items, then you are much more of a foodie than I am. So we've got Rendang chicken mihun, double butter kaya toast, pandan, yeah. Hainanese chicken rice, drumstick. So I think this is, yes. I think I could have come up with that on my own, that this is Hainanese chicken rice. And then Hainanese cham chin chow, cold. So maybe the chin chow refers to the noodles on the inside. Okay, yep, I think that's what we're doing. Rendang chicken mihun with an add-on of a fried egg, double butter kaya toast, Hainanese chicken rice, and then Hainanese cham. And there you have it. Amazing feast. Thank you very much to my mystery benefactor out here. This is incredible. I definitely don't deserve food of this caliber, but I will definitely try to appreciate it as best I can and be worthy of it. The packaging is amazing. Now that I'm figuring out how this place packages their food and then how you go to unpackage it safely. The key is scissors. That's what you need. All right, let me dive in a little bit. From this point, to be honest, I think I'm going to shut down the camera because there's no way I can hold the camera and mix all the sauces and eat the food and have my entire dinner on camera. That's, yeah, without my tripod. I need my tripod, but I missed the delivery for today anyway. Hopefully I get the tripod tomorrow, and that will make my life a little bit easier. Try some more of this cham. Very nice. Lots of noodles. So yeah, I'm going to dive into the Hainanese chicken with all the sauces and things, and then have the soup with that, and that's going to be my dinner for tonight. Yeah, thank you very much, Mystery Benefactor. This meal looks amazing. As I said, it's 2 meals in one, definitely. We'll see. You know, maybe I'll just power through it all. Like I said, I might be more hungry than I realize. But I think this could be a really nice dinner, and that would be a really nice dinner number 2, or breakfast, or even lunch. I just have to make sure to pack it up safely during the night to keep out ants. I'm sure there's ants in here somewhere, so I have to be very careful with all this food. All right. Thank you very much again. Amazing, amazing food delivery. Congratulations, you made it to the end of this Planet Doug vignettes video from Kuala Lumpur, and I thought I'd wind the video up with a little bit of a look back at some of the topics. For like the meal, for example, that I got, I did have the Hainanese chicken for dinner, and I set the Rendang chicken mihun. I set it aside. I wrapped it up carefully to keep the ants out. I have a food bag for that. And then I had it for lunch the next day. And it really made an impression on me. The mystery benefactor who sent me that meal, he did say something about how, because of my time spent in Sumatra, I would find this food particularly interesting, and now I know he was referring in particular to the Rendang chicken, because the Rendang style of like meat preparation in Sumatra is very well known. So that was Rendang chicken, and it was so flavorful. I was a little bit worried that I have this amazing dish from this very well-known restaurant in Kuala Lumpur, and I should enjoy it when it was fresh and hot and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I think the food got better overnight. It just the flavor just got stronger, I think, with the Rendang chicken. Anyway, it was really good. There was something going on with the flavor sensation in that dish with the noodles, and everything in there just had this, I have no words to describe it. I don't know what the flavor was, but there was something very, very special going on with that dish. So yeah, it was very, very good for dinner. The Hainanese chicken rice, and then the Rendang chicken the next day. Yeah, very, very good. And another thing I wanted to mention is that ever since I moved into this hotel, the Hotel Raja Boat, B-O-T, I did a translation on Google Translate, and it basically said that means the king of boats. So all throughout my time here and in all my videos, I've been kind of making a little bit of a joke about how I'm staying at the hotel called the King of Boats. And I didn't know who this, I assumed it was referring to a historical figure, but I didn't know who it was. But since then, I have looked it up, and it doesn't really mean King of Boats. Raja Boat was an actual Raja, a historical figure connected with the town of Lukut. And that's very interesting to me because Lukut is right outside of Port Dickson, and I visited Lukut on several occasions, went to the museums there, learned all about its history of tin mining, and it turns out that the Raja in question, Raja Boat, he was the leader of Lukut, of that area, just as the tin mining was coming to an end there, like the boom era of making a lot of money through tin mining in Lukut. The mines were running out of tin, and tin prices were dropping, I guess. But anyway, he was a very famous figure in Malaysian history. I just looked him up on ChatGPT, and his full name was Raja Haji Boat bin Raja Jumaat. So bin, of course, means son of. So he was the son of the previous Raja, Raja Jumaat. He was born in December 1847 in Lukut, and he succeeded his father after his father's death in 1864. So he inherited a prosperous tin mining economy built up under Raja Jumaat. And I remember that from when I went to all the museums in Lukut. And he has a lot of information here about everything he did in his life and all the roles he played in Malaysian history, particularly in that area. And he passed away on April 11th, 1916. So it says here that his significance is that Raja Boat is often seen as the last Raja of Lukut under the old system of local princely rule connected to the Selangor Sultanate. So yeah, anyway, that's very, very interesting. The other story I wanted to conclude is the ongoing drama of the tripod that I ordered on Lazada. And to quickly sum up, I ordered it on Lazada through an online company, and it was scheduled for delivery on Friday, but through a crazy set of circumstances, the delivery failed. And then I didn't know what to do. I went to the Lazada website, and of course I could see delivery failed, and that's all it said. Delivery failed. There is literally no other information connected to that. It didn't say, we will try again tomorrow, or like it didn't say what would happen next. It just said delivery failed. You're on your own. And I found that very confusing about the Lazada app, the Lazada website. Shouldn't it say, okay, the delivery failed, now this is what is going to happen? Every other delivery service I've ever worked with in my life will give you an update. Okay, delivery failed for this reason, please call this number, or please send us a message to tell us what to do next. Or it could be an automatic process where, okay, we will try again the next day, or tell me something, tell me anything. But it didn't actually give any information at all. So I was kind of at a loss. I didn't know what to do. So I did phone the driver at one point because I waited for the entire day on Saturday. Yeah, that was yesterday, because the delivery failed on Friday. And then, yeah, I waited for all of Friday, thinking that, he would come back, but he never did come back. I called the driver right after the delivery failure, and he just yelled at me and hung up. I mean, he didn't really yell at me, I keep saying that, but he really was shouting, and all he said was something like, ring, ring, knock, knock, nobody, and then he hung up. So I assumed he was telling me he rang the doorbell at the hotel, he knocked on the door, there was nobody came to open the door, so he just left. And that was the end of it as far as he was concerned. And of course now I'm reaching out to friends of mine, like getting advice from local people. And Daryl from the Wander Eats YouTube channel, he told me, well, the way it works here is that the package will stay with that courier. So now it's in his possession, and then he will come back the next day and try again. So I thought, okay, well, it doesn't say that anywhere on Lazada. There's no explanation. So I just sort of, okay, that's probably, that makes sense, I guess, and I'll let it go. So I waited all day Saturday, and I'm trying to get information in the meantime, but I can't get information from anyone about anything. And then Saturday was coming to a close. So I thought, well, I guess I'll call the guy. Because like when you look at the delivery failure notification, there's a little sign there that says contact. So, but when I click on the contact, the only option is a phone call, which is automated. And I don't really know who who the phone automated system is going to connect me with. I assumed it was the driver. The driver was with a company called Lex, and I did a bit of research into that company. I mean, I even tried to find the website for Lex. I can't find it. As far as I can tell, this delivery company doesn't even have a website, because I do have a tracking number. So the obvious thing to do is to enter your tracking number into their system, into the Lex system, and then find out what happened to your package. But I couldn't find the LEX website. I don't know if they have one. But I got all these other package tracking websites from Malaysia. There's a whole bunch of them. I guess they all offer this tracking service. And I entered my tracking number into all of them. None of them came up with any information. They all said, we can't find that package. That number, tracking number, failed. So I thought I was, without a tripod, and it was never going to be delivered at that point. And again, I just waited all day Saturday thinking this guy's going to come back at some point. And no, nothing happened. So at the very end of the day, I kind of got my courage up, and I clicked on that contact button, and it led me to my phone app. And then so I made a phone call, and then I got the guy. Turned out it was the same delivery guy from Lex, and he just yelled at me again. I don't know what he said. He was just yelling and yelling and yelling. And I heard him say something about WhatsApp, and then he hung up. So I assumed he was telling me, I can't deal with you on the phone. This is ridiculous. Why are you calling me on the phone? And I'm thinking, that's the only option. All I can do is click on this button, and it phones you automatically. And then he said something about WhatsApp. So I think he wanted me to quit calling him. I'm bothering him. And would I please just contact him using WhatsApp? And again, I'm thinking, well, sure, I'd love to. I far prefer WhatsApp. I hate phone calls. This is why I hate phone calls. I can't understand anyone. People yell at me and then they hang up in languages I don't speak, right? So yeah, I'd love to use WhatsApp, but on Lazada's system, there is no WhatsApp connection with this guy. But then I figured out, now that I've phoned him through this automated system, there's going to be a record of that phone call in my phone app, and then I can get his phone number. I can enter that phone number into WhatsApp, see if he has a WhatsApp account, and then I can send him a message. So that's what I did. And then I wrote the guy a message on WhatsApp asking him, I sent him a photo of the screenshot, like a screenshot of the delivery attempt failed, so he knows who I am. I sent him the tracking number for my delivery so he can look it up. And then I told him, Hotel Rajabat, the delivery there, can you try again today? And then this is what he wrote back to me. This day, I don't wear this parcel. This day, I don't wear this parcel. I mean, I can read between the lines and I can kind of guess, well, he's telling me he doesn't know where the parcel is. He doesn't know anything. But I mean, this doesn't really help me out very much. So I wrote back again and I told him, I don't really understand what your message meant. Can you expand a little bit? And then he wrote back, yesterday, ready return Lazada hub. Your parcel this day, I don't now. Where the parcel now? So he basically told me, I have no idea what's going on. It's got nothing to do with me now. I returned your parcel to the Lazada hub. It's out of my hands and I don't know anything. So again, I thought that was extremely poor communication skills and very poor customer service from Lazada, from LEX, from everybody. So then I thought, well, I do have an option of going back to the store. So let's see if I can find that. I think I have the information here somewhere. So I did contact the original store. It's a place called FS Store on Lazada. That's where I ordered the tripod from. And yeah, there was a button I could click on, chat with the store. So I clicked on that, opened up a chat window, and I sent a message to them explaining that the delivery had failed. And I tried to contact the delivery driver, the courier. He won't talk to me. He doesn't know anything. I can't figure out what's going on. Like, can you help me out here? And then they took hours. Like, I wrote to them in the morning and they finally got back to me late in the afternoon, and all they wrote was, can you chat Lazada Center for this problem? So basically they just wiped their hands of the whole, just like the driver. The driver said, hey dude, I tried to deliver it. It failed. I brought it back to Lazada. After that, it's out of my hands. FS Store basically said, hey, we handed it over to Lazada. It's not our problem anymore. You go talk to them. It's got nothing to do with us. So again, extremely poor customer service from the store, from Lazada, from the driver, and I suppose from the hotel clerk in a way. This is something I don't like about Malaysia. A lot of countries in Asia have such high levels of security. All the doors are locked everywhere. So in these hotels, delivery drivers can't come into the hotel because the doors are locked. You have to get buzzed into the hotel. And then when the delivery driver showed up, the door was locked and he rang the doorbell, but there was nobody there. There's nobody at the front desk. Again, because these low budget hotels, the staff have to do many things. They can't just be at the desk all the time. Quite often they're cleaning rooms or they're doing other things and they leave the desk and they go off to other parts of the hotel. So while they do that, the door is locked and nobody can get in. Guests can't get in. Delivery drivers can't get in. So that's also, to be honest, pretty poor guest service at a hotel. So anyway, that's where we are now. And I did finally find something on Lazada. This cracks me up. Like I said, everybody kept telling me to contact Lazada. It's not our problem. You deal with Lazada. You know, contact them. Use the chat feature. Do this. And I looked everywhere on Lazada, on the website, page after page after page, and there's nothing here. There's no live chat feature. There's no button to click. There's nothing at all. And I went around and around in circles. Let's see if I can find one again. After all this time, on this page at the very top, in the top right-hand corner, there's a tiny, I mean, it is so tiny. I'll see if I can show it to you a little bit right there. Right in the top corner, there's a little image, like an icon of a headset. And I never saw that until this morning. And I thought, oh no, this was late last night, I guess. And I thought, what is that? I clicked on that and it opened up a chat window with Lazada. Like, they did everything they could to hide that button, because I think they don't really want to spend money on dealing with, you know, dumb customers like me. So they're like, okay, we do have a chat feature. You can talk to us, but we're going to hide it and make it very difficult to find so that most customers just give up and don't bother us. So I clicked on that, but then it just takes me to a chat bot. And then I'm looking at all my options from the chat bot, and none of them apply to me. like nothing at all. And so I went around in circles on the chatbot, and I really didn't get anywhere. But I did come, then I went back to an AI, and I asked an AI, I kind of laid out my problem and said, what do you think is going on? Like, will they deliver on a Saturday or a Sunday? And then all the AI said, nah. Maybe they'll come on a Saturday, but probably not. They looked at all the official policies and they said Lazada's official policy is if they fail to deliver, they will try again in 1 or 2 business days. And of course, the delivery failure was on a Friday. Saturday and Sunday aren't business days. So I guess the official Lazada system of trying to deliver it again won't kick in until Monday. Yeah, anyway, it's always a mess. It's why I like to go to stores and buy things in person. And then, but these days, of course, this tripod that I wanted to buy, it would probably take me an entire day out in KL going from store to store to store to even find anybody that carries it. And of course, this tripod is one of these things where it has many iterations. The original version is too short, and then if you get the upgraded version, it's taller. And I wanted the upgraded version, which I found on Lazada. But chances are, if I went out to stores, I wouldn't find the upgraded version. With my luck, I'd only be able to find the old, short version. So anyway, I think that's the end of that story. And now, well, not quite, because I'm here at this hotel. I'm not supposed to be here anymore. So this whole idea of, okay, we'll try again next week, that doesn't really work with someone who's constantly changing homes. And it turns out this room was no longer available for me. Someone booked it. They don't have many rooms at this type of room at this hotel. So if I wanted to stay here longer so that I can be here on Monday and Tuesday to accept delivery of this tripod, I have to change rooms. I can book another room here at the King of Boats hotel, but I'd have to move to a different room. And I was looking at the rooms and the prices, and I thought, well, if I have to pack up and move into a different room, then I might as well look into other hotels too, like maybe there's a better deal. And I ended up getting a much better deal back at Crossroads. So this was before I knew about deliveries next week. So I booked a room at Crossroads. So I'm moving into Crossroads for 2 nights on Monday. So even if they try to deliver the tripod here on Monday or Tuesday, I won't be at this hotel anymore. I'm going to be at a different hotel. So I'm going to have to talk to the clerks here and say, hey, do you mind taking delivery of this thing? And I'll come back on Monday or Tuesday. I'll just keep checking in and see if it ever shows up, right? That's a lot of trouble for a tripod that costs 60 ringgit, right? It's like, I mean, if this was like a $500 camera or something, well, yeah, you want to invest some time in it. But I've invested days in this project of getting a 60 ringgit little gizmo, right? It's pretty funny. So I think that's the end of that story. And the final story, when I was out in this video, you saw I was with Jamie walking around some streets here, looking at restaurants. We got some Cendol, and I noticed a restaurant there called Restaurant Rose. And as it turns out, this morning, this is now Sunday morning, I'm going to be meeting up with the YouTube boys at Restaurant Rose for brunch at 11 o'clock. So yeah, Jamie is in town. Daryl hasn't had a chance to get to meet up with Jamie yet, so we arranged another brunch this morning so that Jamie and Bill, the international big shot, and Daryl and myself, we're going to be meeting at the Restaurant Rose, which, as it turns out, is an Indonesian restaurant. I didn't know that, but it's an Indonesian restaurant, so a lot of my favorites are going to be there. And I'm meeting up with the guys in a couple hours there. So that is it, shutting down this Kuala Lumpur vignettes video. Having a really good time here in Kuala Lumpur. Really busy though. I'm still trying to get all the videos edited and posted from the Malaysia mystery tour. I'm almost done. I'm almost there. It's taking so long. I'm not sure what's going on, why it's taking such a long time. But eventually I'll get there, and then I can move on with my life after that. So that's it. As always, come say hi over on the Planet Doug Patreon. You can find a lot of updates, long written updates, little video clips, photos, things like that. And I'm copying and pasting most of my updates on Patreon over on the YouTube Planet Doug, the post section. So you can find real-time updates there. Go check those out. So I'll see you in those two places. If not, I'll see you back here on Planet Doug. And if not, I'll see you on Planet Doug Behind the Scenes. If I want to shoot a video where I'm just babbling about camera gear, telling a 4-hour story, behind the scenes stories, you'll find that on Planet Doug Behind the Scenes. So go check that out as well. So that's it, shutting down. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time.